Welcome to It's a Wrap, the final episode of CHS Wide for this semester. I'm Gabby Capiello.
And I'm Kat Morrison.
Minute, hour, bigger, better, stronger, power.
I would like to just thank everybody for being so supportive, because that means the world to me and to Mackenzie, and nothing like friends.
Oh my, beneath? Oh jeez.
I'd be collecting dead insects to feed my chipmunk.
This summer, I'm gonna try not to drown.
Tonight is the night.
We won a $5,000 national award and a $1,000 state award.
A really good play, and I think if it won't stop it, it'll at least make people start thinking about maybe I should try to limit how much I talk about people behind their back.
But I'm so good at this now.
Harlem Shake, Harlem Shake, Harlem Shake. Get up, get down.
Pump the volume, you feel the bass.
Get up, get down.
Turn me on and let me do my thing.
Get up, get down.
We in the house and we here to stay.
Get up, get up.
Get up!
I really wanna love somebody.
We must therefore act together as a united people for national reconciliation, for nation building, for the birth of a new world.
What does the fuck say?
Parking in the chamber parking lot causes problems for the chamber employees and students as well.
Every morning, students park in the Cody Cupboard parking lot either because they are too lazy to walk a little bit farther or they are rushing to get to class on time. Parking there is allowed as long as certain rules are followed. Each day, students test these limits and park in areas where they are not allowed.
Well, it happens every day. You show up to school late and you don't want to park far away, so you just go on the other side of the sign. And then every now and then you get called down to Harris's office and he gives you a warning.
Even though some students park there 2 to 3 times a week, some of them have never been given a warning or a citation.
I park there because it's closer and usually all the other parking spots are filled.
It is a problem, and I know the signs are obvious and the area is well marked where you should park and where you shouldn't park.
It is their parking lot, so they should get to have a little bit of rules on it. So
parking in the chamber can cause problems not only with the school, but also at home.
They call the law enforcement center, they just don't call me personally, so they call with your license plate and any information about the vehicle. And so when that information gets passed along to me, majority of the time, kid's parents' name is associated with the vehicle, so we'll be calling parents and asking them, are they parked illegally? And a lot of times the parents get upset because, the kids are driving a vehicle in their name and parking it illegally, and the police are calling them in the middle of their work days.
This is Gaston Osterland for CHS Wired.
Selena Alcaraz picked 1 girl and 5 boys for a blind dating show. She asked various questions to find Mr. Right.
The girl, Erica Spomer. Contestant number 1, Philip Boyles. Contestant number 2, Matthew Nichols. Number 3, Connor Cloud. Number 4, Tyler Vaughn. Number 5, David Lee.
What would you get me for Valentine's Day?
Probably get you a cat.
I would draw you something. I don't know.
I would buy you a bracelet.
I would buy you chocolates and a teddy bear.
I would take you to McDonald's and get you a heart-shaped McDouble.
What pickup line would you use on me?
I'd probably say, wow, you have nice shoes. You want to make out?
I don't use pickup lines.
Are you a girl? Because I like girls.
Is your name Google? Because you're everything I'm searching for.
Why use pickup lines? I got this new cologne that girls just can't say no to.
What would be our song?
Justin Bieber, Baby, for sure.
Always Love You by Whitney Houston. I was singing that in my head.
Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah. Lucky by Robin Thicke.
Treasure by Bruno Mars.
The final decision was between David Lee and Philip.
1. Yeah, it's 1.
Nice young lady. Really pretty.
What are you going to take on a date?
Probably tonight, take her to Walmart. Want to go to Walmart?
Yeah, of course.
Leslie Byrne and Emma Berry went out of their way to find the smartest people in school.
The stupidest thing I've ever done is probably, I was like, 12 years old, and I was really into fire and fireworks. So I took one of those little metal plate things from the bottom of our curtain, and I grabbed a fire extinguisher, and I grabbed a lighter and a thing of worms, and sat on my living room floor and put the worm on top of the metal plate, and then I tried to light the worm and it wouldn't light, so I took the wrapper and I wrapped it up. I lit the worm, and then smoke was going everywhere. My mom woke up, and it was a disaster. I got in a lot of trouble, and I almost set the wool carpet on fire.
Well, we tried to do something that we'd remember for the rest of our lives because we were really bored. So somehow we thought of getting 2 giant rolls of duct tape and duct taping Sammy to the top of my car and driving around town. And then, unfortunately, we got pulled over by 3 cops. And we both got tickets, and mine was $10 more because I didn't have my seatbelt on.
He's in bed, and I'm like, Dom. And all of a sudden I hear, yeah, brother. And I'm like, the coop's on fire. And he's like, oh, boy. So he gets his clothes on, and we go out there, and we get out to the chicken coop, and it's just ablaze. Orange sky. There's snow around it at all, and it was snowing bad. And we're trying to find little Ronaldo, and we just hear a bunch of chickens screaming. If you've never heard a chicken scream, it's like, it's nightmares. It is nightmares. And so we can't find little Ronaldo, and we saved about 3 or 4 chickens, and they can't even talk because there's smoke through their lungs. They're bad. And so next thing I know, the fire department's out, and they're asking if we're cooking chicken. We were cooking chickens, but most importantly, I was wondering when the newspaper was going to come out.
Well, the stupidest thing I've probably ever done that I remember is when I was a junior in high school. As you can see, I'm blonde, but not naturally. So when I was a junior, I had gone back to dark hair, and I really wanted to be blonde again, but I didn't want to pay a lot of money. So I decided I was going to bleach it myself, and I did, and it turned out bright, bright orange. And it was also the night before our school lacrosse photos for the lacrosse team. So not only was my hair bright orange, but it's forever bright orange in my junior year lacrosse photos that are still on the wall in my high school.
The stupidest thing I ever did was when I was like 6 or 7. Me and my sisters like made this like clubhouse on the top of the roof, which wasn't a very good idea, but it doesn't matter. And they dared me to jump off the roof, and my sister said she'd give me a bag of cereal for it. So I did it. I jumped off the roof into a tent filled with pillows. And like a couple years later, I realized that I could have just gone into the kitchen and gotten a bag of cereal myself.
The following commentary is solely the opinion of Abby Morales and not the staff of CHS Wired.
Do you remember the last time someone asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? How did you feel, and what did you think when that question came at you? This seemingly harmless, cliche question, what do you want to be when you grow up, is used to start a conversation, to get to know someone better, but I despise it. You ask kindergartners this question, and the kids, with a doll in their right hand and a juice box in their left, say, the president, or an astronaut. You laugh off their silly response, because you know they won't measure up to those dreams. But what you don't know is the damage the question causes those kindergartners. The question tells the wannabe president and astronaut that their values and identities are defined by their careers. We instill early in these kids the idea that how they answer is directly related to how high we will hold them in esteem. These kindergartners are now in high school, and they're asked this question at least once a week, but it's asked more frequently as senior year approaches. I know I'm not the only senior who feels pressured into knowing exactly what field I'm pursuing or exactly what school I'm attending. I feel like each time I'm asked this question, my response is also defining my morals, intelligence, goals, my worth. And then when we grow up, because we are those kindergartners, the innocent question changes slightly to, what do you do? When you meet someone new, you ask this first without even giving a second thought, because this question is used simply as a way to discover a person's personality. The now adult wannabe president asks the wannabe astronaut, and he says, I run my own plumbing business. Oh wow, congratulations on your own business. But he thinks, what's this plumbing thing? That is a huge drop from his dreams of becoming an astronaut. I guess he's a fixer-upper? But what you don't know is, he's jumped from job to job until he's discovered something that'll pay the bills. What you don't know is, he's not a fixer-upper. He's suffering through a broken marriage right now, but he is an entrepreneur. We often attach someone's worth and goals to what society views as a valuable career. But realistically, who would you call if your sewer backed up? An astronaut or a plumber? Your job does not define who you are. Caroline Gregor of the Huffington Post says, the problem is not in asking others what they do or sharing your own vocation, but in taking the answer as a foundation marker of a person's character and identity. So the next time you're about to ask the question, think of an alternative, something like, what are you looking forward to after high school? Or what are you passionate about? And to those students who are still asked this question and feel pressured into answering with lawyer or doctor, next time reply with how you picture your lifestyle. I've started answering with, I want to be an honest leader, but more importantly, I long to positively impact the lives of others. This is Abby Morales for CHS Wired.
At the turn of every year, people use the opportunity to better themselves. Here are some resolutions that are going on throughout Cody High School.
My New Year's resolution is to be a better driver.
To drink less soda.
My New Year's resolution would have to be not to get in trouble.
My New Year's resolution is to not oversell it.
My New Year's resolution is to stay the way I am because everyone else thinks they're going to change in a year. It's not going to happen.
My New Year's resolution is to start coming to school on Mondays next week.
To work out more.
I have 2 New Year's resolutions. One is to just be a more well-rounded person, and the other is just to get more vitamin C in the mornings.
My New Year's resolution is to study more and focus more on school.
New Year's resolutions are lame. My resolution is not to have a resolution.
My New Year's resolution is to dunk a basketball.
My New Year's resolution is to be happier.
Hey, my New Year's resolution is to abide by the laws of this fine nation.
So I've been head anchor of CHS Wired for 4 years, and I have a unique way of anchoring. I've passed this on to Catherine Morrison. So here's a look at a normal day in the studio for us.
And I'm Catherine Morrison.
We'll see you.
.tv.
What is my name?
Fame. If you know the answer.
The sports desk.
Catherine, no! And now, to the sports desk. I am and you're gonna hear me roar. Many students go on trips during the summer months. This coming summer, Mrs. Gerber takes students to Belize to learn about the culture and animals of the area. Marie Hansen brings you the story.
Ms. Gerber is taking her students through a program called Ecology Project International. This program has multiple trips, ranging from Yellowstone to the Galapagos to Belize.
Belize program is dolphin research, dolphin behavioral research, and avian ecology in the rainforest.
This trip is very different from the trip that Ms. Gerber has sponsored for the last 11 years.
I guess the one big difference between Ecology Project International's programs and the Andros program is that you do work shoulder to shoulder with scientists in the field with EPI. So I'm not throwing Andros out. I just am trying to give opportunities to go to some of these other places and then, still go to Andros too.
This is Marie Hansen for CHS Wired.
Our generation has been asked many questions, but we feel the most important and the most overlooked is, what does the fox say?
But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say?
Wait, what?
Ding, 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 ding. They all looked at me funny.
All right, this is insert topic. I'm Matt Odaz. Basically, I have a collection of random topics on these Post-it cards, and I'm just going to talk about each one as they come up. Here we go. Frankenstein. I guess they're like making a new movie about Frankenstein. Frankenstein's like an action hero. He's got to beat up vampires. Frankenstein's supposed to be like this weird like lumbering creature sewn together. But they got that guy from Batman doing it. They got Harvey Dent as Frankenstein. And I guess he's just gonna beat up like vampires throughout the whole movie. Like take a bunch of like arms and legs out of graves and sew them together. The body that would come out of it would have superpowers somehow. George Washington, the founder of our nation. George Washington did not have wooden teeth. George Washington had ivory teeth. Wood would like splinter up in your mouth. You had elephant ivory. You could probably like put a few steaks back up at Mount Vernon. Pugs. A pug is like if you took like a normal dog and you basically like threw it against the wall for like thousands of years. Teletubbies. Part mouse, part man, and part television. Son is a baby. Crazy. The Cleveland Browns. Probably the worst name for a sports team I've ever heard of. Like the guy's name was Brown, so he named the team after himself. All my little minions, they are my Browns, and I am Brown, and I control them. Jim Brown played on the Browns. His name was Brown, and he just played for the Browns, and the coach's name was Brown, and I'm pretty sure the owner's name was Brown too, and that's where the Cleveland Browns come from. Alright, white girls and Starbucks. Let me describe to you about every white girl in America if there is at least 1 inch of snow on the ground. A pair of Uggs, a pair of leggings, the black Columbia jacket, pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, crocodile bungee jumping. From what I can tell, it's either one of two things. Either a guy like straps himself up in like a bungee jumping suit. He jumps off like a bridge that's over a swamp or something, maybe picks up a crocodile, sees how long he can hold on to it, like as he's still like bungeeing, or actually strap a crocodile into a bungee jumping thing and just like kind of throw it off a bridge and watch it freak out. But like crocodiles are only really in Africa. Some pretty crazy stuff goes down in Africa, you must admit. That's probably not even the craziest thing that would happen on the daily basis. It's getting pretty hot in the Sahara Desert. I'm not in the Sahara Desert. This is a green screen. That was insert topic. I'm Matt Odaz. Get out of this desert now.
Penguins, pharmacists, and hats. Nicholas Henry brings you his monthly almanac.
Hello and welcome to my January monthly almanac. We begin this month with Pharmacist Day, which lands on the 12th. On this day, we appreciate those who distribute our drugs for us. On the 15th in 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was born, the man who greatly influenced racial equality in America. Also, Hat Day falls on this day. On the 18th, Alan Milne, the creator of the original Winnie the Pooh, was born. On the 20th, it's Penguin Awareness Day. We use this day to celebrate those little flightless birds. And on the 25th, it's Not Opposite Day. This is not Nicholas Henry for Not CHS Wired.
And now for the Equus quiz.
What was the name of the horse that sophomore Ronnie Campbell gave to Regan Tangbakken?
If you know the answer, call extension 5125.
Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. 'Cause you burn with the first flame. Yeah.
As their last home meet approaches, the seniors on the boys' swim team reflect on past seasons, what their goals are for this year, and their contributions to the team. Cherokee Barger brings you the story.
This season, the boys' swim team has been focusing on more than just swimming.
Working very hard on becoming more of a team. They're bonding really well, and I think that's huge when it comes to helping each other out.
The seniors on the team have dedicated themselves to being role models for the other swimmers on the team.
I try to leave a positive impression on them because my coaches and everybody have always told me that your brain, your mental power is 99% of everything that you do. So I try to leave that mark on the freshmen so that they understand they need to stay positive and be focused.
As the last home meet of the season approaches, the thought of losing this year's seniors is felt all throughout the team.
I think I'm going to miss it a little bit just because I'm going to be leaving behind a lot of friends and teammates that really helped me and that I really got along with.
Of course, we're losing a large number, and they've had a big influence on our team because they're hard workers and they're good kids and good leaders.
The seniors are basically the entire team, so it's going to be hard leaving them because I've been with them ever since I was a freshman.
You know, I just think that your seniors can really make or break your team because, you know, ultimately that's when you want to be at your very best.
The boys' swim team last home meet is this Friday at 5 p.m. at the Rec Center. This has been Cherokee Barger for CHS Wired.
The Alpine ski team is making a strong comeback this season. Effie Clark brings you the story.
The Cody High ski team has had good results these past 2 races.
It got really hard halfway down the course because we were all really tired. And we hadn't really conditioned all the way to the point where we needed to be. But other than that, it was really solid. We had good finishes.
The boys' team is doing fantastic. They all finished smooth, clean, fast runs at our home race in Red Lodge.
Girls are racing really well. We had a lot of really top, high finishes. Alta had a really impressive finish at Casper, 6th place is really high up there and has a lot of points for the team.
Alta, again, perfect example of consistency. She had a great day on Friday. She had a great race in Casper. And then Saturday had a few little issues and had a hike, and so it took her kind of out of the money.
The team is looking for ways to improve to work towards state.
What I'm looking forward to improve over the season is staying more forward and skiing more aggressively and having every kid finish.
To try to place in the top 5 every meet, which is kind of a stretch because I've been landing right on the outside of that. every time so far. So my goal is to get a medal and also to qualify for first team All-State.
How can I be such a great coach every single day on the ski team?
Skiing is awesome. Duh.
This is Effie Clark for CHS Wired.
Instead of talking about the varsity team, we decided to look into the freshman team. Brandon Shoy brings you the story.
The freshman girls basketball team did not have enough freshmen, so they are getting help from some sophomores.
The freshmen do have a lot of talent. I feel that we give them a little more advantage. We don't really get seniority. We play fairly. We just help them understand what they're doing on the court, so we show them what to do and help them out more. We try to be the best leaders we can be and help them to not be lost and get frustrated like we were last year when we were freshmen.
They just they've had more experience, so they can help out a lot, and then they just really encouraging and help us with a lot of stuff.
The sophomores have helped Kira as well as other freshmen with shooting and showing them how to be good teammates and be good role models. Brandon Short, CHSY.
And now for the movie quiz. The winner of this quiz will receive 2 free movie passes and a date package.
Work this evening, neighbor.
Neighbor, you're a pot dealer.
I have a smidge of marijuana down in Mexico. Bring it back here by Sunday night. I will pay you $100,000.
It was way out of my league.
You don't have a choice. I bought an orca. I make a lot of money.
You're probably gonna get searched at the border. You could wear a disguise.
Bane, some Batman, something like that.
Oh, there's no drugs in here. You have nothing to worry about.
I hired this dork that lives in my building and a little gutter punk. Kenny, meet your new sister.
I've always wanted a sister.
Get it off of me.
We just have to dress up like a squeaky clean all-American family. This is my son, Kenny Miller, and my lovely daughter, Casey. Hola, I'm here to pick up a smidge of pot. This is not a smidge. You got me moving enough weed to kill Willie Nelson, man.
Okay, get rid of it. You have a baby. No. Oh, Dad said I am so good at babies.
How about a little music?
I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace of not what God given me. Is it because my life in 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praise him.
What's up, dog? Not much, dog. What's up with you?
I'm here to pick up Casey, you know what I'm saying?
What's your name, man?
Scotty P, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
This week's movie is We're the Millers, directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. The question is, how much money did each family member receive? If you know the answer, call extension 5125.
And that's a wrap. Remember, you can watch this episode and previous episodes at our website, chswired.tv.
I'm Kat Morrison.
And I'm Gabby Capiello.
Stay classy, San Diego.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see.